Hi, so this is my Demo Day 2 presentation. So going on to slide 2, starting there, just a quick recap of my project. I am doing the branding for my friend Evan Bundy as he attempts to reestablish himself as a solo musical act. Currently we have resided on the stage name Wolfgang Bundy. That is the current iteration of the logo as well. Okay, so this would be the physical CD layout. On the right, or on the left there is the cover. The back is in the middle. He currently doesn't have a title for the EP or song titles, but I know there's going to be 4, and then that would be what the disc looks like. He liked this sort of wave pattern, so I tried to keep that consistent throughout. So the main goal of this sprint was sort of to come up with a social media plan. So the goal of that would be to build excitement and awareness for the release of his debut EP. This will be measured by streams on SoundCloud within a week of release. The goal is 300 per song. His band's SoundCloud right now has about 800 streams per song, so I figured that that would be a pretty good hitting point within the first week, as they've had stuff on there for months now. It's gotten to that. Slide 5. This is sort of a rough audience overview. Mainly it would be in the Cincinnati area, people aged 15 to 30 with a special focus on college age, as that is where sort of music takes off, is with the college crowd immediately. Specifically fans of alt-rock bands like Cage the Elephant, Catfish and the Bottlemen, and the Arctic Monkeys, which I sort of grouped into this mainstream indie course, or sort of grouping, meaning bands that are sort of indie and alt-rock, but that are easy to listen to and have a wide crowd and wide sort of appeal. Slide 6. These are some potential influencers that I've identified in the area. Kiss 107.1, Cincinnati Magazine, and Cincinnati City Beat. Out of those 3, specifically Cincinnati City Beat would be huge and easier to contact, as they run profiles on local artists and musicians a few times a month in their magazine and online magazine. Similar sounding bands, fan pages. So all those bands that I previously mentioned, they have fan pages and they occasionally retweet or post links to SoundClouds and Spotify's of similar sounding bands and up-and-coming things that are fans, and they have wide audiences, and that would be just huge. But the biggest one is the Bundys. Currently all 3 of his siblings are on The Voice, and so once the EP is released, having them tweet out a link or Instagram a link or just discuss his EP would be huge, and giving him a big crowd that's vast and wide across the country. So I went through and looked at Mac DeMarco, Anderson .Paak, Billie Eilish, Tyler the Creator, and A$AP Rocky's sort of Instagrams and Twitters and Facebooks, because they're all doing very well right now. What I noticed through them was sort of an all or nothing approach. Anderson .Paak and Tyler the Creator and Mac DeMarco they post personal and humanized sort of things, sort of thoughts, so you sort of feel like you're on their friends, you can see what they're thinking. Whereas Billie Eilish and like a Childish Gambino or something, they hardly ever post at all, mostly just announcements in the third person, so you can clearly tell that it's not really them posting, but their team. Your content needs to be sort of somewhat music-centric, but you can show off your other passions, just to sort of give your fans a glimpse into your life. The core content also needs to be the same across all platforms, with some variation from platform to platform, just so people don't think that you're copying and pasting and not actually behind it. So these are just sort of some tips that I discovered when I was looking through different articles on building a following, specifically for musicians. You need to make a bio account, you need to add links to your music, you need to add your location, you need to add release dates or shows or something along those lines. You need to keep the content, as I mentioned, consistent across all platforms. You need to prioritize YouTube. YouTube is the biggest music streaming platform there is, so that's huge. Engage. This is just replying to followers' tweets or Facebook comments or Instagram comments, liking their posts, things along those lines. Give your followers a glimpse into your life, either telling them when you're recording, when you're writing, showing them the whole process, bringing them into your studio, showing things like that. Give opportunities for participation. Maybe show them like a little snippet of your song and ask them their thoughts, something along those lines. You need to tag people in locations. That's big, because it'll be easier to find your posts. You need to post frequently. The more content, the better. Slide 9, on the left there is his current layout, and on the right is sort of the revamped one that I did. As you can tell, I changed the banner and the profile pictures to something more appropriate, but the main and the biggest changes are in the bio. I added that's not the actual date that the EP is coming out, but I added the sort of a fake date and sort of an announcement just so people know immediately when location as well, and then a link to his SoundCloud. Slide 10, these are some posts that I mocked up On the left there, the Instagram post that sort of is encouraging fan engagement, follower engagement. On the middle there is a thanking, and I also tagged the location so you can find it easier if you're looking at the location. Thanking sort of to make the fans feel more personal and appreciated. And then on the left there, you have sort of some YouTube posts. Covers obviously are huge for musicians, as well as some sort of behind the scenes and sort of allowing you into your fans and followers into your creative process. Slide 11, plans for specific platforms. Facebook is going to be mainly big announcement show days, not a ton of engagement there. Twitter is going to be more personal. You're going to show off your humor, big opportunities for engagement. Instagram's going to be more big announcements, sort of promotional images. You're going to utilize Instagram stories and Instagram Live. That's very important. YouTube is going to be performances, audio copies of songs. People can stream them for free and easier, and then sort of short vlogs to sort of show his process. Next steps, I'm going to polish the social media plan, make it sort of into a more official platform and document sort of thing. I'm also going to design more promotional posters and stickers. That's sort of the fun part, but I had to pivot and scrap some old designs because they weren't consistent throughout, and my external advisor sort of pointed that out. Currently, though, I'm excited because I have more of a direction with this project, and I sort of know what the end product is sort of going to look like more and more, and I'm making a lot of progress. Anyway, that is where I'm at now. Thank you very much.